Hey, hi, it's Gordon Bloyer again. You know, on the local level here, we've had a lot of letters to the editor in our newspapers about drilling or not drilling for oil. And we even had an editorial in our, this was the Post-Tribune, and they all say the same thing, the ones against drilling for oil, that it's not the answer to lower gas prices. Now that's very strange, because when you have more of a product, it brings prices down. Well, they'll say, well, yes, but then we can't get the oil for 10 or 15 years. Of course, they're lying. It might be about 5 years, and in some cases be immediately, because there are places where they're capped off that they can start pumping now. But we don't have any place to refine the gasoline, so we have to build some refineries. And then if we go to atomic power, France has 80% of their power from atomic power. If we could get this country up to 80% of our power coming from atomic power, we would reduce the need for gasoline and oil. Now, they always want to tell you, well, by the time we get it, we won't need it anymore, because we'll have all this, these other alternative energy sources. Well, guess what? The alternative energy sources are very expensive. And if we have gasoline at that time, sometime in the future, and we have an abundance of gasoline and we don't need it anymore, suddenly it will be reduced in price. We'll be back down to less than $1 a gallon. It'll be more and more oil. The idea that we're running out of oil also is something that's promoted by our news media, which seems kind of funny how they purposely lie about things, and you can easily prove these things are false. For instance, we have, let's see, I wrote these down because I wanted to make sure I had the right numbers. In North Dakota, we have 800 billion barrels of oil. 800 billion. That's more than the entire Middle East. We have 40 years of oil, only 40 years of oil from Saudi Arabia. We have 18 billion barrels of oil on our outer shelf. 30 million barrels of oil in Alaska. We have enough oil for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. The excuse for not drilling for oil about the environment is a total hoax. You know, we used to believe that 30 or 40 years ago when the oil spills, we had that big oil spill in Santa Barbara. But, you know, we can look back and see that that was just a temporary inconvenience. It lasted a couple of years. There are no oil spills anywhere that have caused any long-term damage. So, since oil doesn't produce long-term damage, since we have hundreds and hundreds of years of oil, and we can produce lots of energy from atomic power, and all we need to produce, we need to open refineries everywhere, we have no problem. Except the Democrats in Congress and the left-wing loons, the environmental wackos who keep trying to tell us we can't use oil to get our way out of this. Of course we can. These people are massive liars. Massive liars. Anyway, just remember, one thing that even these left-wing environmental wackos know, one thing even the liberal Democrats know, is that Bill Clinton did have sex with that woman. And I'm not talking about Hillary.